Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we are doing day number 12 of my 12 days of Christmas in July 2021, and there will be one more tutorial tomorrow, and it's just going to be doing showing you how to create a mason jar book. Oh, I got marker on my hand, sorry, I did try to wash it off. And a few other things, but not really. Well, we'll just see. We'll just see how much I can get done. So, but today is the final day of the 12 days of Christmas in July. So we are going to make, I like making these little clocks. And in my Cricut design space, I created a clock back, a clock face, and if you look back into my videos, I have two other smaller clocks, and I will try to link those so you can just go to them if you want to see those. And I just use, for this one, I used a large coffee can, and what I did was I took my ruler, and you don't have to use your ruler, you could cut a sheet of paper 2 inches to do the exact same depth as mine, or you can do it deeper if you want to do more dimension inside. But I just took my ruler, which is 2 inches wide, and I butted it right up against that metal rim. So I'll show you like on this one. So I butted it up against that metal rim, and I took my pencil and I just drew a line, and I just followed this all the way around. Like I said, you can cut a piece of paper to 2 inches and just use that. You can even tape it on there so you don't have to hold it. And I just went all the way around. I then just used one of my blades and I cut it out. So that's how I got this. And this is the bottom of the can, of course. So this is a nice size. And I won't throw this away because I probably can use this. I can use this section for another project. All right. I also used several boxes. This is a sausage box. I used cereal boxes for the other pieces that we're going to do. Now, I cut mine on my Cricut. And I cut 4 of each because I want the thickness of, it ends up being medium to heavy chipboard thickness, but it's easier for me to either cut the cereal boxes by hand, see this was a pizza box, or to cut it with my Cricut. So in my Cricut design space, I designed the face of the clock and the back of the clock. Okay, so I have pre-glued 3 together. Here's my 4th. There's also a back piece and a front piece. I'm not sure which is which right now because it's not mirrored image, so if it's not lined up right, it won't work. Because my design is not mirrored image, so I have to make sure. Yeah, see, that's the front, and then this will be the back. So anyway, if you don't have a Cricut machine, you can create a template of your own. So I'm going to kind of zoom in here a little bit, and I'm going to try to stay in focus and try to explain this to the best of my ability here. Why am I? Oh, I know what I did. Sorry. Pressed the wrong one. Here we go. Okay. So what I did was this image for this is 6.5 inches outside diameter. So it's 6.5 inches. So I went through all my stuff and I found a bowl in my kitchen, and it is exactly 6.5 inches wide. So I took my bowl and I set it down on my, this is just heavy cream cardstock. So this is 110 pound, and I drew around it. Okay. I then measured the center of this one, and it is 5 inches wide. So while going through my stuff, I found a lid to a Pyrex dish, and it is exactly 5 inches wide. So I took that and I centered it the best I could. I mean, if you want to make lines to center, you can. I just eyeballed it. And again, I drew all around that circle. So that gave me this piece here. I also created circles that are about 1 1/4 inch, and I used just the bottom of my paint bottle. Okay, any paint. So I've got 2 of those. And I also used this little can here, which is decorated. It was originally just a mushroom can, and that created this circle, which is 2 1/2 inches. I folded this in half, increased it. We're going to cut this in half. These are our bells for the top. So let me bring this in here so you can get a look at it. So you don't always need a Cricut machine. I like to try to show you how to do things without machines. Okay, so you have 2 bell tops. In addition to that, I took my ruler and I came out here 1/2 inch, and I just, see my 1/2 inches here on the edge of my paper, and I just drew around that. I'm going to cut that out too. These are our posts. I don't want to cut my circle. These are going to be our posts. Okay, posts right here. So basically I did the same thing in Design Space as I'm doing now, but I just did it all in Design Space. Okay. So first you want to create this piece, okay? Because this is the base piece, all right? So we're going to, and I pre-cut these out just to save some time. So I'm not going to cut out the center yet. I'm just going to cut out the big circle. Now if you have a Cricut, by all means cut all these out with your Cricut. Use the same measurements. You do not have to use these exact measurements. In my other ones, they are smaller clots. Let me show you one here. They are smaller. This is that clot, the other clot. See? Probably about 1/3 of the size, maybe. Okay? So that is the first one I ever did and made. So, and that's the back of it. So they're really fun. I like doing them. They're pretty. They sit in my craft room, and I enjoy seeing them. All right. I'm just going to keep going. Whoops. Getting that back off there. So once you get the base or the back piece done, then you're going to trace that out onto another piece of heavy cardstock. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 circles and we're just going to glue them just touching. As you can see, if I pick this up and I put this on there, it just goes in there just a little bit. Okay? So we're just going to get some glue, and I'm just going to put some glue on there and go in about that far. Okay? I'm going to take my other one, lay it on top, and I'm going to make a pencil mark right where it's got to meet that edge. Okay? Lift it up. So when I put on my next one, then they're going to be pretty close to the same level. So I got a pencil mark there and a pencil mark right there, right where it meets. So now when I come in here, I just line that right up. And I don't want them too close together. Maybe like about like that. Let me see what we got for measurement. What's this one? Yeah, they're about the same. So let me see here. All right. Oh, it's pretty close. That one's 2.5. So let's go ahead and do 2.5. 2.5 inches apart. There. I'm going to make a mark here. Doesn't matter because it's just a template. So we're going to bring that there and that there. And you can see we have our feet on there. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this in half. If you want it exact, you can fold it here. I'll just fold it. I don't even know what the measurement was. I just, let's see, about 2 inches. So now they're about 1 inch each. And I'm just going to cut that like that. Sorry I'm a little late today. I had to prep and get my green beans for my garden started canning. So now on this one we have, I want to say it's about 3/8 of an inch showing. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to pick kind of the center, make a mark there and go 1, 2, 3/8. So I know that's about where I want it. I'll just line this piece up with it just to give me a general idea of how much is going to be showing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we'll glue our bell on this one. I'm just eyeballing it. If you want to measure to center, you can. Okay. By the time you get everything decorated and stuff, it's not too bad. So again, just like that. Okay. So now I want to see where we're at with this and if I can get it. Yeah, it looks like it came up from this edge here and kind of straight. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a mark here. And we'll do the same thing from this edge. Kind of straight here, just like that. Which we got between these ones? 2.5, same. Okay. So 2.5, so it's going to be right about in there. So here we go. Another mark. So this one's going to go here like that. Just like so. So we got 2.5 inches here and 2.5 inches here. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom. And we're going to run this on an angle. Just like that. Perfect. And this one's going to run, oops, I'm going to just flip that over. Seeing how let me see here. There we go. Put the glue on the wrong side. There we go. So just, goodness gracious. Just like that, I think. There we go. Okay, so actually, don't glue those on yet. Don't glue those on because we needed just this piece. Okay, so you would take another piece of cardstock or scrap paper or cereal box or box, and you're going to trace this out. Okay, trace out all of that. You don't have to worry about the center, and you will end up with this shape. Okay, this is the shape you're going to end up with. All right, Now add your bells. Okay, here. Just like that. And again, our little line is there. Just like that. Our line is here. Just like that. Okay. So that is your template for that. Now, to get the center cut out, I got rid of my granddaughter used my throwaway mat for clay, and I couldn't get the clay off it. So now I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just gonna kind of make an X in here, just like that, so I can get through there. Okay. Now you can use the blade to cut it all the way out if you would like, or just come in with a small pair of scissors and do it that way. Okay, and I'm not going to cut this all the way out. I'm just showing you how you get to that center, or you can use your blade and cut it out that way. So you just cut out sections, and then you take out each one of those sections. Okay, just like that. All right, so you would cut all of this out, and then you would end up with this piece. Okay, keep your template if you ever want to make another one. That's how easy it is. All right, let's get going on gluing this one together then. All right, so like I said, I cut out 4 pieces of these. 3 are already glued together. You go ahead and you can see the black marker. I got to make sure I got the right one with the right side here, because if I don't, it won't line up. That is not right. So it's got to be this way. All right. I'm just using art glitter glue. And I wanted to glue those all together just to make sure that they had time to dry. Sometimes it takes a little while to dry when there's so many layers, but they're pretty good. Okay. And I'm not worried about the marker showing on there because it's going to be covered up. I just wanted to darken the edges, and I didn't want to take time to paint. My other ones I painted black, and then I used some other stuff on the top to bring in color. So, but with these ones, I'm already running late in the day. It is already after 9 p.m. and I am still working on my painting. So, but I wanted to get this done today. So we are going to go ahead and find the piece that goes on the front, and we'll go ahead and attach that now. Oops. Get these all lined up here. And this goes together quite nicely, actually. Got my glue guns plugged in. And I actually worked quite a few hours this morning on something else, and then I decided it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I scratched that for another day. You know, sometimes you just have to be into it. Oops, and I was not. So time wasn't completely wasted, except for I was short on time today already, and but what I did get done or worked on to set up, I still have all that for future, so that will work. So we got that one. I used 1 full sheet of this one here which is Christmas Magic Collection 450170, and it's from 2018 Graphic 45. So I used one full sheet of that plus this piece here. Okay. In addition to that was Santa's Little Helpers 4501728, and this one is called Cupid Christmas. So I used just like this much of this one here and one full sheet plus that on that, and that's all the cardstock I used other than my red, which was 3 sheets because these are bigger pieces, but I've got a lot left over of the sheets, so it's not all right. Let's see here, just like that. So I've had a busy day because it takes me quite a few hours to get my beans ready. Fortunately, my husband does the picking. I just have to do all the cleaning and the prepping and the canning, which is quite a bit. But it's worth it. We'll have months worth of green beans to eat out of the garden this winter. So it'll be worth that. Okay. All right, go let that set up and dry a second. And then we'll start putting together this one here. So this is just both red because it's going to get a different decorative cardstock on it. Just on the top of the red there. And I've grabbed quite a few different little things, and they are sitting around my table. I quite often grab a lot, don't always use it all, but I like it nice and handy. I grab the things I think I might be interested in using. Sometimes I use most of them. But a lot of times it's like when you start putting it together, something you think might look good on there doesn't necessarily look good with the other things once you got it together. So let me see here. This is the back. No. Okay, tail. Yeah, I think it goes this way. Let me see here. Yeah, just like that. Okay, that's what I thought. This is a very heavy red cardstock, but you don't need heavy. I've seen some of the new Graphic 45 papers. I've been trying not to buy any papers because I have so much. But, oh, I had to. I couldn't help it. So I pre-ordered the new Christmas one coming out, or winter, whatever it is, and then the Halloween one, the reissue. I'm pretty sure it's a reissue. And was that it? Oh, and then I can't remember. It seems like there was 2. I pre-ordered the Halloween one a few weeks ago, and that won't be released for a little bit yet. and I think it gets released in August. And then the Christmas one and another one. Oh, it was the Nutcracker. I got that one too. Ordered it, pre-ordered it. So, yeah. Yep. And I really, literally have no business ordering any more paper because I do have so much. I have a weakness for paper. I definitely have a weakness for paper. Okay. So now for the back of this, I have cut this circle here. And this is, oh, I know. For the inside here of this can, I measured inside the bottom. And it was just about 6 inches. So I set my Cricut circle, just a plain circle, at 5.98, and it fits perfect. So it fits on the back and it fits inside. So that's where this circle came from. So a 6-inch circle, if you have the same size can. This was actually, this was a 2-pound, 4.8 ounce, but it was like extra big. It had like bonus size. So, but it is like 6 inches across for this one. So that's the size can it was. So now this, I'm going to put this right on here on the back. And then that will be done before we start gluing this together because it'll be easier now while it's flat. Okay. Some things are just easier while it's flat. I'm just gonna make a mess apparently. A big mess. Goodness gracious. Way too much glue. There we go. Way too much glue on there. All right. Then I cut out the graphic 45 clock pieces in silver. Okay. So this was just silver. And this is silver. And then the hands I cut out in gold. Okay. So let's go ahead and tack this down. All right. This is so perhaps there's a piece caught. I did look. Sometimes you miss it because they're so tiny. Spray glue would probably work better. Let me see. Spray glue here. Spray glue. I wasn't real impressed with the E6000. I wasn't real impressed with this, but let's give it one more try here. Give it a good shake. There we go. Huh. Okay. Oops. I just had some cardboard on my table and just sprayed that. And it's just the E6000 glue. And I'm just going to try to eyeball that. I tried it once before. I wasn't real impressed with it, but let's see if it does better. I'd give it a better shake this time maybe or something. See what happens. You would think E6000 is a nice, powerful glue. But, like I said, I wasn't too impressed. So there's that part. Then there's this part. So let's go ahead and slide this up here again. I'm just going to, and it's just the E6000 spray. I'm just going to Soak it good, like so. There. And then, where's my one? There we go. Back at the top. There's my 12. My feet are at the bottom, so I want my 12 to be there. Okay. Spray glue with these detailed items works really good, but there's a lot of them on the market. I have some in a can, but I don't have that handy. Okay, that's sticking up there, so that's going to bother me. So I'm just going to have a little bit of, there we go. And then for this, I just used a gold brad for my brads from Hobby Lobby. These are the smaller ones. And I'm just going to add a regular art glitter glue to that. And center that there like so. It's centered. Oops. Now the hand should turn. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to set this aside to dry. And we will keep moving on here. Okay. So I'm going to glue this in. My pressure canner is finally ready, so I just put the gauge on, so now I might have to pause a couple times, but you won't be affected by that. Won't hurt the video. It just take with me longer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that in. And smudgy, smudgy, smudgy around like so. Okay. Now, this is the 2 strips that I cut from that one, and then this was the strips I cut from the other one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these along the inside here. And it's not going to matter that they don't match up, because it's going to be distorted and you won't pay that much attention to it from inside. Okay, so I'm just going to add these. And this can has been washed and dried. You can wipe them down with rubbing alcohol, stuff like that. Once we get all of our goodies on, you're not going to see much of it, but just in case there are parts you can see, we want to get those all in there. So, and I have the full kit of this and quite a few extras, but so I'm going to go down at the bottom now, so I have, and then I'll put on the 2 at the bottom there, and then I'll put on the 2 sides. But I had some extra sheets. I think I got them from, I think it was Country Craft Creations. She does like almost like a grab bag thing. You pay some like $50, and then she sends you a great big package of different items. You don't get to choose. And I believe there was some these miscellaneous sheets of this in there, and that's where I got the extras from, because I do have a whole kit. See, once you get it in there, it's really not that noticeable. Okay, I'm just making sure the baby's feet are facing the right direction, or whatever parts of the babies that are showing. Okay, that might be a little more noticeable than anything else. It's basically just gonna show us blue. Okay. Okay, so now we've got it all done on the inside. Just just like that, okay? This is going to be my up, just like this. I got that phrase there. I have these Christmas trees from Cobblestone Corners Miniatures, and this is the small one. I can't remember if I got these at Walmart. I'm not sure. I don't think it was Dollar Tree. I want to say Walmart. But what I did was I took the tree stand and I bent it right over. So I can glue this right down in there like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put my hot glue right on that. Just a great big old glob of hot glue so I know it's stable. And we're going to put that right down over here. Press it in there. Okay. Just like so. All right. I then took one of these, what do you call it? Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, where did I put it? The tag things. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I put it. But anyways, the smaller tags and I fussy cut. So I took that and I fussy cut out this part here. So I lined up, I took the other can so I could see through, and I lined up the bottom of the can just like that where I wanted it. Just kind of like that. So I had, it was just, this rim was just touching down here. Then I took my pencil, I made sure it was even like that. Then I took my pencil and I drew where I wanted to cut, plus I drew another line about 1/4 of an inch out from that. Okay, let me see if I can get this where you can see it. So I drew along the edge of the can and then came out about 1/4 of an inch and drew another line in the same circumference. And then I cut it at that 1/4 line mark. And then I just snipped in little V's so that I could pull this in and bend it. And that's going to make it so I can glue this in like that. Okay. So this is going to get glued in right like that. Okay. So I'm going to get my, I'm just going to keep those kind of standing up like a little stand. And you can do it however, whatever way is easier for you. Oops, I didn't even turn on my small glue gun. So we're going to have to try it with this. A lot of this is going to get covered, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to bring this in, and I'm probably about 1/4 of an inch from the top. Okay. I'm just going to kind of stand that up a little bit so I can kind of work with it. Okay, so I'm just like this. All right, and I'm going to grab a tool, see if I can get back in there with something. The glue is going to drip down and kind of hold it for me. Okay, and we can kind of, okay, so we've got nice dimension there. We've got the tree, gives it some extra character, some 3D. But it's easier to do these things before you start attaching the outside edge, because then you've got that to work around too, because this will actually cover part of that front. You see that? It's designed to be a little big around the back outside and also on the inside to cover this rim here. Okay. Oops, but I got to put it on right. So like that. Okay. So that is exactly how it will go. It is designed to be over top of this a little bit. Okay. It kind of gives it that nice look there. Okay. So just like that, that's what that's going to look like. So I think let's go ahead. These are for the outside. So that is going to go wrap right here, just like that. Okay. So we can go ahead and just start putting our glue on this, like so. You can use tape if you like tape. You can use tape. This project will work with tape for sure. All right. And I want my little kids facing me. Okay, because that is the front. And they won't be that viewed, but when I do view them, I want them facing me. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just take this little tool here and gently. And for those who don't know, this is just a slice tool from, if any of you remember the original die cutting machine, it was called a slice, and it worked on a glass mat. And oops, it's rolling away. So that is what that's from. It's similar to if you have like a scraper for your kitchen, like a pan scraper. It's similar to that. So if you can find something like that has basically the same effect. It's a little flexible, but not very flexible. Okay, so I'm going to turn this, and we're going to do the same thing right here, just like this. And it doesn't matter that they're overlapping because we're going to decorate. Decorate this. Okay. All right. So there we've got our little people on there. Isn't that cute? All right. So now I think we can glue on our front. I do believe we can. I think we can. All right. So I'm going to take this, and I'm actually going to turn it over. Let me set this way, okay? I'm going to turn this way. And I want to kind of eyeball this edge here to make sure it's kind of even. I'm then going to draw a circle around my can. Okay. This will give me my parameters for my glue. Okay. So now I've got a small pencil line there. Don't worry about that. That's going to get covered up. So I'm going to try to keep my glue right along there and move as fast as I can here because it will dry fast. And I don't need a ton because it's a thin line. Okay. I'm going to try to stay. Oops. Trying to stay right close to that line. A little bit will be concealed. Okay. Now I'm going to take this because I got to have that upright like so. Okay. We're going to move you up into the glue. All right. And we'll be adding more glue along here when we add beads and stuff. So I can get what I have in there to just grip on enough. That's all I need because we'll be adding more stuff to it. So. All right. See, like it's not attached there. So I'm just going to kind of, because it dried so fast. It dried so fast. Oh, not attached at all. Not at all. There we go. It's got some down here and here, which is good. I want it to kind of, all right, just like that. Okay. Now I have some, I think we're going to attach one thing of beads before we put the back on, just so we have easier access. And I have these gold beads. So let's go ahead and get started with those. I think these were clearance. They must have came off the roll or something at Hobby Lobby. So they were like 74 cents for this big bag of beads. But a little tangled. That's all right. Just going to make sure I get this out, because once I get started, I don't want a knot to stop me from going through. That would not be good. Okay. All right. Should have plenty to go around there now. Plenty. All right. So I'm just gonna lay a bead of glue in here. Like that, and I'm just gonna press those in to get them started, just like that. We need another glue stick. Okay. Just like that. Try to give you a good angle. All right. And I'm just running a bead of glue along there. All right. What about that glue there? If it doesn't get pressed in there good, then sometimes the beads don't stick very good. Okay. Oh, I forgot to cover up my glitter glue here. Okay. Try to stay in focus. Okay. Try to be a little more careful. I got quite a big gob there the last time, but I thought I had plugged in my small glue gun, and I had not. Okay. But this glue will help hold that edge and hold the beads in at the same time. It's easier to get it tacked on first, so then it's not wiggling around on you. Okay. But I'm pressing right up against the side of that cylinder there, so that I'm getting right in the curve. So I am pressing my glue gun right up against this edge there. Okay. I'm going to snip that there. See, glue on that. All right. So then we got that one gold edge, and that was much easier than trying to do it when I got the back on too. We'll still have to do the back part, but at least one edge will be. Okay. So the best way to do the back is to get it ready, and when I go to put it on, I'm going to, because I'm going to make sure I'm lined up center here as close as I can get, and then when I go to put it on, I want to stand it up to make sure that I'm not like or like wah, okay? So I'm going to just do the best I can to make sure that I am, this one to this one are lined up pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to stand it up and hold it to make sure, and you'll, I mean, it kind of balances itself. You can kind of feel it. Okay, so I'm going to hold this just like that, and I'm going to try to get as close as I can to being centered. And again, got my pencil, so just grab a new one. I'm going to take a pencil and make a line. Now, this is probably going to be adjusted because I've got to stand it up, remember, okay? All right. But I want as close as I can get. So I'm going to turn off my fan so it doesn't dry my glue so fast. I'm just going to get some tack points here. Try to get some tack points. Like just like before, I will use extra. All right. So I'm just going to try to line that up. Make sure those are like that. Okay, come on. Okay. Oops, I also that one. Okay. When it hits that metal, it dries so fast that it is crazy. All right. So the main concern is being centered and level to make it stand like it's supposed to. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this a little bit. I just need it to tack into a couple spots. I just need to hold just till I get the beads glued down there, and then the beads will help control that. Okay, so I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to come down here and add some more glue right there, just like that. That kind of drip around there. Like I said, when it hits that metal and that whole bottom is metal, it just instantly sets up. Now, you could use E6000 glue, and that will hold, and it will give you a lot more time to set where you want, but it's going to take more time to dry, okay? But that is a possibility if you don't like working with hot glue and don't think you can maneuver it fast enough. And then by all means, you can use other glues, okay? So I'm pretty good with that. All right. So now to do this one, the beads, we're going to just kind of stand it up. And again, I'm going to make sure I have enough to go all the way around, and I've got plenty. And I'm going to start right over there like that. So tip it outside there. Okay. I'm going to get some hot glue down in there to leak. All right, just like that. And I'm just going to set those beads in there to start it, okay? Because I want that to hold there. Right. Just like that. And again, get my, so I'm pressing up against that edge, just like that. I'm pressing the beads in. Okay. Pressing the beads in. Big hunk of glue there already. Let me see if I can get that around there. Let's get okay. Doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Getting there. We're getting there. All right. Go around our little foot there. Just like that. These are so much fun to do. They really are. If you haven't had a chance, if you haven't been with me long, I did a 52 weeks of Christmas my first year. So if you're interested in that, then you can go back and take a look at all those if you want to keep doing Christmas. There were some fun things in there, some really cool things. There was a clock in that too, I believe, but it was the small one. So that was also graphic 45, I believe. But it was, Scrooge. So, okay, so we got our gold beads. And you'll see a little bit of glue there. I'm not going to panic about that because we're going to decorate all of this. It's going to get filled in with stuff. So those little imperfections that you see are not going to be that noticeable by the time I'm done. All right, let's move this other stuff out of my way. Okay, moving right along. Okay. So I have some picks here. From my stash, and I got some with silver glitter, gold glitter, snow. So I got a good mix. Got a bunch of berries. I got silver, gold. This is the clock die I used, so it is graphic 45. Square tag and clock dies, 451686. Pretty sure this is still available. And then this was the thing I was looking for. It was underneath those. And that is the journaling ephemera cards, number 4501739. Like I said, I just used this one out of there. Okay. Perfect. I have some tiny pine cones from a park near the lake that I go to, and like I said, I've got lots of little treasures here, so we will go through those as I use them. Let me get these out of my way because I don't think I'll need the rest of those. All right, perfect. So now the bad thing about these is once the hot glue hits those, woo, man, they disintegrate. So I try to be careful not to get the hot glue on those, but just on these the plastic part here. So I'm just going to give that a big dab. It's kind of bent up. So, whoopsie. I'll kind of tip that like that so it can dry. All right. I also have a few little, whoops, blue ornaments, white ornaments, silver presents. I don't know what all I'm going to use, but whoop, fill it right in. I'm going to put them down here maybe. So we got a white, and I will try to balance it out on the other side to do the same as close as I can. Takes a bit for those to set up. Any glue strings can be pulled off after. Okay, so the snow one is going to go kind of like that. All right, like so. I have to be exact. Get kind of close. There you go. This takes a bit to set up. Not very long on your fingers, but okay. And then I think we'll have a gold down there. Okay. So that is going to kind of need a flat side there. Kind of like that. Okay. Doesn't want to lean like that now. You see here, I'm just going to see if I can get a balance there. About right in there. Right in here. Oops. Turned at me. There we go. Kind of like that. And it looks kind of weird now, but as we start filling this in, it'll start getting a total different look. We want to get the bigger things in first, and then we'll start stuffing the other things in. I do have some graphic 45 roses. Item number 4501785, the red rose bouquet collection. Oops, sorry about the noise. Should open those before. There you go. All right. Some of those, the reds. Okay. And I want to get some of the silver on there. Let me just kind of cut those off of there. Got some silver. Silver, silver. Yeah, maybe we'll put this right back here on this part. Oopsie. Just like that. That's a bad thing, is you got to hold it a little bit longer. That plastic. A metal, we know what we'd do then, wouldn't we? Okay. But it's actually quite a sturdy little thing when you're done because of the chipboard. I mean, the cereal boxes end up really thick, so it's nice and sturdy. Okay. And this silver one, and any of these little posts, they're going to be covered too, so don't have to worry about that too much. All right, I'm going to hold that with my, trim off this extra piece here though. Don't need that. Okay. Okay. My fingers up here where they're not going to get burnt. Okay, I can turn this back on. It is warm in Michigan right now. Muggy. Muggy. All right. So we got that. That's pretty close to each other. They don't have to be exact, pretty close. So I chose this little piece here out of the chipboards here. And we will choose some other ones too. But I just thought that was nice and cute. I want to get that in here somewhere. Yeah, maybe off to this side here like that. I like to stick them up in there too, or down here. I don't want to cover up their little faces. I want it to stay together, I think. Let me see. Do I want it to stay together? Or do I just want her? Let me see. Well, if I just have her, I can do something like that, right? I like that frame though. I do like the frame. So I think I'm going to try to keep it together because I do like that frame. And maybe offset there. Okay. So I'm going to put some glue right there. That will hold both pieces into place for me. And I'm going to kind of feed it into there. I want it straight. Make sure it's straight. Just like that. There we go. Should hold both pieces together there like that. Perfect. Oh, you know what? That takes up too much of my tree. We got to get you out there further. Man, I almost hid my tree. Okay, let's grab that again. I want to hide my tree. Since I'm putting it in there, if you're just going to hide it, right? And if I think that's too big in a minute, then we will, yeah, I think that might be too big for there. See, these are all things that you learn, right? I make mistakes just like everybody else. So let's just go with the little one, just like that. Our glue is still hot. There we go. So we'll just put her there like that. Perfect. Much happier with that. I love the whole thing, but it's just too big for this piece. So, what else we got here? We've got, let me take this plastic off here. Got lots of little tags. Best wishes. Cuteness. Okay. So I'm going to start putting in some of these other bigger things. I want to get some blues in there because we've got the blues in the back there. So let's go ahead and I kind of like this one here like that. So you can see the ornament. And we're just going to put a glob of glue like that. Just like so. I want you to be able to see that that's an ornament. Like Christmas, just like that. Let's go ahead and put maybe a present in here. Maybe back in here. Silver present tucked in there. And I'm just going to kind of move my stuff there. There we go. tuck it in. Now these are things that won't always be seen perfectly, but there you get glimpses from it being filled in. So let's add another one right here. Right, like so. All the nice colors, gold, silver. We've got the blues, we've got the extra reds, we've got the roses. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take this rose here, and I'm just gonna tuck it right in there. Like I said, this creates all these little spots, so you'll see it from different angles. It's not necessarily like jumping in your face. So I do want to use a lot more of these here, so we'll take a look at those. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Maybe add a couple more of these. Oh, I can get one hanging from here. Maybe, let me see, a white one. Yeah, let's get just a little piece of, oh, you know what, we can use this wire, and we'll run it through here, like so. Okay. And then we're going to bend those like that, see? And then let me see. Okay, we're going to bend them even further. I want it to just dangle a little bit. So let me hold this up in there. Okay, so let me see if I can get this to maybe dangle. I'm just going to create a little half a circle there like that. And we're going to put some hot glue on there. And I'm going to see if I can get this to stick up on the top part there. I'm going to tip it upside down because I want it to. Whoa. Oh, get down. That slid right up there. Good idea. Might not work, but it's a good idea. You see, balls in the way. There we go. It wants to slide down with it. Let's see. Okay, we're going to just let that dry. And then we might be able to mess with it. But it'll kind of, I'm hoping it'll just dangle down there. Okay, let's cut these off. These are just my craft scissors. They get beat up a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm just going to put a tiny dab of glue there. Slide it back underneath there, like so. Okay. And then get another rose there. Just like that. And that covers that bottom of that pine there. Just like that. So kind of forward. Okay. I like this Joy one, is pretty too. So let's see what we got here. I do have Noel in 25 cutout. This is from a Tim Holtz die. I'm not sure if I want to use both or if I just want to use the 25. I think I'm just going to go with the 25 there. So we're just going to add some art glitter glue here. And we'll just get the 25 down just like that. And just like so. Okay, so we got 25. That's kind of cool. Look at these little kids are so cute. Maybe we can get down in the middle here, maybe. A couple more kids right down in here. Just like that. So we're getting there. So but sure. Oh yeah, I think that ornament's going to hang. And it's going to be hard for you to see, but it does dangle down perfectly just from that little wire. And need a couple more. Let's add that ornament laying like that. Right like that. And then we will get more in there. Let's see here. Well, maybe that one just like that. So we'll have all three of the colors there. Well, not the colors, all three of the different styles tucked away together. Okay. Just like that. And then I do have these little twists I created that are kind of cute. Let me get something down with those. Let me see. I want that to kind of drip a little bit more there. Hold it. Lots and lots of blue strings. Hold that a second, just like this. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Let's grab some of these silver. These are just picks from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that. I'm just going to cut a couple of these off. A couple of the gold ones. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. Little glue right there so I can put that back down there like that. Get it to hold and go. Ouch. Ouch. Just one. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna kind of tuck it in here and there just to kind of get an idea where I might like it. Okay, I think this one here. Yep, I'm gonna put some hot glue right in here. I'm gonna tuck it right behind that rose there. So right on the back side there, some hot glue. And then I'm gonna tuck it behind that rose, just like that. Just like that. Trying to get it to hold there. Try. Okay. And let's see here. I'm just trying to find the best position for some of these. They bend nice, you know, so I don't know if I need it that long. Let's go ahead and just cut that one off. I think 3 is going to be enough, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue on there, and we're going to tuck that one down in with this silver there. Once they dry a little bit more, then we can kind of move them around and, you know, bend them in a different direction. All right, I got another silver here, so let's maybe up in here. Let me see. Oops, sorry. I'm just trying some different things here just to see what I think. All right. Just to see what I think. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right here and lay that in there, just like that. I want to try to put maybe one of these on there, maybe like that, so it doesn't block his face that much. Okay, I'm just going to put a tiny bit, because like I said, it'll melt those away, and I don't want to block the faces per se. Okay. Still see his face. His face is kind of hidden, but we'll be all right, I think. Still see the one face. Just like that. And we'll take that one little silver ball that we nipped off and put a little hot glue on that. We'll just tuck that down in here on this side, like so. There we go. And then I have these little spirals, but where can we put those? Sure. No place yet. Let's get one of these small roses and maybe set that on there. Smaller yet, tinier yet, rose maybe. Yeah, maybe like this one. let's I want to stand this up to see how I think that ornament is going to look there. It might be just too, it actually doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad, I guess. Let's try it. We can always pull it off and put something in its place, right? Okay, like that. I do have some cute bows here that I found. They were in my stash. They're pre-made little bows with little snowflakes on them. I don't know if I'll use them, but I did find those. I have some of the white pearls. I have some of the small blue balls. We can add a few of those. Right, let's see how to do a cluster of flowers. Maybe do a hidden flower in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and sneak a flower in there. It'll give us some added dimension, character in there. Maybe with a bud in there too, maybe. Oh, let's stick that little bud right in there. Right in there. Stick that right down in there like that. Okay. It's coming along. It's coming. This is a long tutorial. I'm sorry. It's getting there, but hey, it's the last one. The last one. Let's go ahead and get some of our little pine cones here. And we're gonna put those in here and there. Pine cones always look adorable. And these ones are in the park, like I said, near the lake shore that I go pick up. And they are tiny. They are tiny, 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 tiny. Stand it up and see what we can do here. Okay. Let's trim that off. And we will get this going. Oh, yeah, let's put that one with that one too. Just like that. Okay. That one in there too, just like that. And then the single gold that I just cut off there, and it disappeared. Oh, goodness sakes. Oh, here it is. We'll put that down with the other one there. Dab glue. And then tuck it in there, just like that. Okay. And maybe a couple of pine cones. One more pine cone down in there, maybe. Oh, blue, she says. That's a lot of blue. There we go. Tons and tons and tons. It'll take me forever to get all those blue strings off. Let's see. Do I like those? Bell here. We have some green ones. This is just a miscellaneous bucket here. Okay. These green ones are cute. The green ones are cute. All right, let's see. I do. Okay. I'm just going to twist a red and a green together. The red and the green together. Make it easier. Okay, so like try to figure out what I want. Do I want to bring in the red and greens? Or stick with the, yeah, I'm just going to stick with the gold in that. Okay. You know, I'm actually getting quite, I think I'm just going to put a few more roses in here and there to cover up some of the things. And then I think we'll be good. So we want to cover up this one here. So like so. Just like that. So you'll see it from that side, but it'll cover that up. I think we can get another gift in here. Maybe like that. Like that right there. Fill it in. And then don't really use those. Okay, let me see here. Is that sticking? Okay. Don't want. If I can get those there. Okay, I'm just going to put this hot glue there. This is, whoa, whoops, but didn't stop my video. Put that one there. That one right there. Just like that. Just going to bring those wires down a little bit. Maybe. Oh, come on. All right. Just like that. I think I'm just going to put a couple pine cones on there to cover that up. In case someone looks, it's going to be concealed. It'll be concealed. Just like that. See them in there. And let's add another cluster of pine cones in here. Just becomes like a filler. So I'm gonna, yeah. Just a tiny dot. It could look like there's, yeah, I'll show you. So it looks like there's some trio there like that. And a couple on this side, I think. That. Oh, just getting tired. Getting the dropsies. Getting the dropsies. Okay. Okay, so I wish you could see that ornament hanging in there. It did turn out cute. It hangs nicely in there. Okay. Let's add one more rose down here, I think, because that little, I think we need to cover that a little bit. So, just like that. Let that hang in there a minute. Just like that. Oops. Boink. I think we're going to go ahead and do one more down this way, just like that. Okay, so right down in here, like so. Cover that up. Oh, I need something there. Let's go ahead and, well, goodness gracious. Stay. Stay. Okay. So let's do a small rose. Like that. And then a couple pine cones. So we're going to stick that down like that. And then pine cones. Next to all right. I think that is pretty good. Let me see here. I would like one of these stuck up in here. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take this here and I'm just going to tack it down the bottom and let that glue run down. It's going to stand right up in there like that. And the glue will maybe run down. Hold it in place. Maybe. Like that. Peek in and see it. I like seeing things from different angles. Not always. from the same spot. Let's see here. I could get another blue in here somewhere. But it's not going where I want it. Maybe just like that. Get up there. Yeah, maybe just like that. Let's see here, just a little dab there. Just a little dab there. There you go. Okay. I think that's good. I think we are going to leave it there. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. I do appreciate you following along. I see I got new subscribers, and I do appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. Go ahead and hit that red bell down in the bottom right-hand corner. The red subscribe button down in the bottom right-hand corner. And when the bell pops up, if you hit that bell, you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. And Merry Christmas in July. And I will put links to all the other videos down in the description box. All you have to do is click on them if you haven't seen them. Make it nice and easy for you. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.